Hello everybody, this is Jeff at etrailer.com. Today we're going to take a look at this Provider ST225 75R15 Radial trailer tire in a load range D, mounted on this 15-inch white spoke steel wheel with the 6 on 5.5 inch bolt pattern. Now this tire and wheel assembly is ideal for stock trailers, utility trailers, and even campers. The wheel it uses is a nice steel wheel, has the spoke design to it, and the wheel is very sturdy and rust resistant. Now the wheel itself goes through a 3-step finishing process, which will first include a zinc phosphate bath, then an e-coat primer, and then they do a white powder coat on the outside of the wheel. And you can see if I spin it around onto the inside, you can see it's lightly e-coated to reduce friction, provide rust resistance. Now the wheel does use the ITR technology, which stands for improved torque retention. I'm going to zoom in and show you. Basically it helps keep your wheel securely in place on your trailer, and they do that by using these uncoated stud holes right here that are beveled to give you better clam force retention. Now the tire on this is a radial tire. It is constructed with double steel belts, double polyester cords for a nice long life. It's great for highway use, and they do use a nylon tread firming belt overlay to help prevent tread separation of the tire, and it is bake tested to ensure that the rubber holds up over time. Now the tread on this, again let me zoom in and spin this around to show you, does use a nice automotive grade tread design, and they use siping, which is these cuts if you notice in the tread blocks, and this will help break up the water underneath the tire and channel that water away from underneath the tire to improve traction during wet, snowy, or icy conditions. The tire is an ST tire, which stands for Special Trailer Tire Design. This will couple the strength of a bias tire with the durability and stability of a radial tire, and it is created specifically for trailers. It's not intended for use on any other vehicles. This assembly does come with a 2-year Platinum Plus warranty, which will include emergency tire change service and other benefits. And this assembly meets the DOT, which is Department of Transportation specifications, and it exceeds the federal motor vehicle safety standards. A few specs on this. We'll start with the wheel. The diameter on the wheel is 15 inches. The width on just the wheel by itself is 6 inches wide. Now this wheel does come with a 6 on 5.5 inch bolt pattern, and if you want to measure that on a wheel that's an even number of lugs, in this case 6, it's pretty simple because the lug holes are directly across from each other. So to measure it, you just pick any lug hole, let's say this one, and you'll measure from the center of this lug hole to the center of the lug hole right across from it. So on this wheel it'll measure 5.5 inches, so that makes it a 6 on 5.5 inch bolt pattern. It does use a wheel lug size of a 1/2 inch by 20. Weight capacity on just the wheel by itself is 2,830 pounds. And the pilot hole diameter, that's the large hole here in the center of the wheel, goes over the hub on your trailer. Diameter of this opening is 4.25 inches. The tire size, which will be stamped on the sidewall, ST for Special Trailer 225 75R15. The R means it's a radial tire. Section width on this is 8.8 inches. Overall diameter from the bottom to the top when it's inflated is 28.3. And this tire is a load range D, which means it's an 8-ply rated tire. So it has a maximum load capacity of 2,540 pounds at 65 PSI. And the last thing I do want to mention is most all your new trailer tires are coming through with a speed rating stamped on them, and they designate it by a letter designation. And where to find that is right after the size we just went over. You'll see 2 numbers for the load index, and then at the very end is a letter M. Speed rating M will mean its speed rating of 81 miles per hour. But that should do it for the review on this Provider ST225 75R15 Radial trailer tire in a load range D on this 15-inch white spoke steel wheel with the 6 on 5.5 inch bolt pattern.